Hook. Introduction. What if the secret to making her miss you isn't chasing her, begging for her attention, or proving your worth, but the exact opposite? What if the moment you stop reacting, stop explaining, and simply disappear, that's when everything changes? Most men fall into the same trap. They think relentless pursuit, pleading, or proving themselves will bring her back. But here's the brutal truth that only confirms her power, makes her the prize, and shows her that you need her. And when you need someone, you lose. But what happens when you stop? When you truly vanish from her world, your silence becomes the loudest message she's ever heard. The answer is this. She starts to wonder. She wonders if you ever really needed her at all. She wonders if she's lost something priceless. She wonders if maybe, just maybe, you're not hers to control anymore. And that uncertainty, that creeping doubt, is the beginning of her losing control. It's the seed of regret that will grow inside her. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to harness this invisible weapon. How to reclaim your power, not through anger or desperation, but through silence and absence, using timeless principles from Stoicism and the darkest corners of human psychology. If you're tired of heartbreak, tired of chasing someone who's already walked away and ready to become the man who is untouchable, then stay with me. Because by the end of this, you won't just be stronger, you'll be a force she can't ignore. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Comment below. I control my emotions, they don't control me. Now, let's dive in. 1. The power of absence. Why ignoring is more powerful than chasing nothing. Make someone rethink their choices faster than genuine indifference. Not anger, not sadness, not even words or silence, but indifference. True power is shown by not caring at all. Think about it. Emotions are leverage. When you react to her, you show her she still has control over you. When you get jealous, try to make her jealous, or overanalyze every little thing she posts online, you lose. Why? Because the one who is most emotionally invested always has the least power. But when you give her absolutely nothing, no reaction, no validation, no chase, that's when she starts to panic. She expected you to beg, to fight for her to crumble. Instead, you disappear. Suddenly, she doesn't know where she stands. She's off balance. That certainty she once had that you're always there shatters. Here's a brutal truth. When someone knows they can have you anytime they want, they don't value you. But when you make them question that certainty, everything changes. That's why indifference is the ultimate power move. When you stop showing her she matters, she starts to wonder why. She looks for signs you're struggling without her. When she finds none, that's when the loss really hits her. Humans crave certainty when it's gone. Desperation follows. You don't ignore her to get her back. You ignore her because you don't need her back. That shift in energy is what makes her obsessed. She'll test you, drop little breadcrumbs, subtle hints, meaningless likes to see if you bite. Don't every time you engage, you reset the game. Every time you react, you show her she still holds power, so do nothing. Stay cold. Show her she's irrelevant. And watch her rethink everything too. You were never chasing her, you were chasing validation. Let's be honest. Was it ever really about her? Or was it about how she made you feel? The rush of being chosen, the thrill of desire, the validation of being wanted. Most men don't realize they're addicted to that. It's feeling to the illusion of being enough. If you truly loved her, you would have loved yourself first, but you gave her power. Power to define your worth, to decide how you see yourself. The moment she pulled away, you felt empty. Not because she was the only woman for you, but because without her approval, you forgot how to approve of yourself. That ends today. You were never chasing her. You were chasing validation. What happens when you stop? When you realize you don't need anyone else's approval to feel valuable, that's when everything changes. Instead of looking outside for happiness, start building it from within. And here's the kicker. Women are drawn to men who don't need them, not because they want to be ignored, but because self-sufficiency is attractive. a man who doesn't rely on her. Approval is the man she can't stop thinking about. So stop chasing that high of being chosen. Stop seeking validation outside yourself. The only approval you need was inside you all along, and when you own that, she'll start needing your validation. 3. Silence speaks louder than words. Make her feel your absence. Human nature thrives on contrast. You never notice the air you breathe until you're underwater gasping. For it, attention works the same way. As long as she knows you're there, waiting, she doesn't think about you. But when you disappear, when your presence fades into silence, she feels it like a missing piece she never realized held her together. She assumes you're on standby, that if she wants, you'll come. Running. That certainty makes you predictable, and predictability kills. Traction. When you cut off the attention she took for granted, everything shifts. There's a void, and the human mind hates voids. It rushes to fill them with questions, doubts, regret. Did I make the right decision? Why hasn't he reached out? Did he move on that fast? Was I wrong about him? The moment you stop feeding her ego, she starts to wonder if she misjudged you. That's when she loses control. Absence creates scarcity. Scarcity creates value. Luxury brands limit their products. Because rarity increases worth, you're no different always. Being available lowers your value. Becomes scarce. She'll see you in a whole new light. The Stoic mindset is detach or be destructive. You've been hurt before. Heartbroken. Broken down by someone who walked away without looking back. You can let that pain consume you, make you desperate, weak, lost, or you can take that pain and turn it into fuel. Fuel to build yourself into something stronger. Something no one can break. That's the essence of Stoicism. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be a robot. It's about mastering your emotions. Understanding one simple but powerful truth. You don't control other people. You only control yourself. Most men fail here. They waste hours, days, weeks obsessing over her actions, analyzing every text, every word, every like on social media. They dissect her social life like it holds. It's the key to their happiness. That's the path of destruction. The path of weakness. Because every second you spend focused on her. Stoic man does not chase. He does not beg. He does not seek closure. Why? Because he knows the only thing within his power is his response, not her actions. She left. Fine, that's outside your control. What's in your control is your response. Out your discipline, your growth. And here's the irony. The moment you master detachment, when you stop caring whether she regrets leaving or not, that's when she feels it the most. Because now, you're no longer emotionally invested now. You're no longer hers. Detachment means freedom. Freedom from needing her. Approval. Freedom from chasing answers you don't need. Freedom from allowing someone else to control your emotions. Here's what you do. Stop watching her life from the sidelines. Stop checking her social media. Stop entertaining the what-if scenarios. Every moment you spend dwelling on the past is a moment wasted on your future. Instead, shift your focus. Hit the gym, build new skills. Create a life so fulfilling that whether she comes, it's back or not, doesn't even matter anymore, because by then, you'll be too far ahead. That's the real power shift. When she realizes she no longer affects you. When she sees you didn't just survive, you thrived. If you're ready to take full control of your mind, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I control my focus. My focus is on me. 5. The reverse chase. Make her feel your absence. Right now. She thinks she's winning. She thinks you're sitting there, suffering in silence, waiting for a chance to prove your worth. But what happens when the script flips? What happens when, instead of chasing her, she starts chasing you? Most men think they have to do something, say something, to get her attention back. No. The real move is to do nothing. Disappear. Show absolute disinterest. Remove yourself completely from her world. Watch as her mind starts to work against her. At first, it's just curiosity. She wonders, Why hasn't he reached out? She looks for clues. She checks her phone more than usual. She waits for a sign. Then doubt creeps in. Did I make the right choice? Does he over me? Does he even care? Because your silence makes her question everything. She starts to obsess over you, and here's the truth no one talks about. You don't need to chase to win her back. You just need to make her feel your absence. Make her miss you so deeply that she can't think straight. This reverse chase flips the power dynamic suddenly. She's the one vulnerable. She's the one wondering if she lost something she can never get back. This is the ultimate play, but it requires discipline. Because every time you break silence, every time you react, you reset the game. So don't stay silent. Stay distant. Make your absence felt like a ghost she can't shake. If you're ready to master the reverse chase, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. My silence speaks louder than word 6. The science behind absence. Why scarcity builds value. Break down why absence is so powerful, not just in relationships, but in life. Psychologists call this the scarcity principle. It means that people value things more when they are rare or hard to get. It's why limited edition sneakers sell out instantly, why luxury brands like Rolex charge thousands more for watches that tell time just like any other watch. Because rarity creates desire, it creates value. The same applies to you. If you're always available, always responding immediately, always there when she calls, your value drops. She takes you for granted, you become predictable. But when you create scarcity by pulling back, being less available, creating distance, your value skyrockets. Suddenly, she's chasing you. Suddenly, you're the prize. This isn't manipulation, it's just understanding human nature. And once you master this, you hold the keys to power in any relationship. So start creating scarcity. Start making her feel your absence. 7. The hidden danger of validation addiction. There's a dangerous trap that many men fall into. Chasing validation, they mistake being wanted by a woman for self-worth. They believe if she doesn't notice them, or if she pulls away, they are worthless. That's the real heartbreak. Not losing her, but losing yourself in the process. This addiction to validation traps you in a cycle of neediness and desperation. It destroys your confidence and your ability to be your best self. The cure. Start validating yourself every day. Remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to her. Build your identity from the inside out. Be your own source of validation. When you do this, your entire world changes. You become magnetic, unstoppable. Because confidence isn't given, it's earned from within. 8. How to build self-validation. Practical steps. Start by setting small daily goals that reinforce your value. Hit the gym or start a workout routine. Learn a new skill or hobby. Take time to meditate or journal your thoughts. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Track your progress. When you start to value yourself, others will too. 9. The next level, becoming untouchable, the ultimate goal. To become a man who isn't shaken by rejection or loss. A man whose value is independent of anyone else's approval. A man who thrives in silence, who masters detachment without becoming cold. This is the untouchable man, and he commands respect, not by demanding it, but by simply being. Mastering emotional resilience. The backbone of power. Emotional resilience is the hidden muscle behind every successful man who has mastered the art of detachment and indifference. It's what keeps you steady when everything inside screams to chase, to beg to explain. Emotional resilience means you feel your pain without losing control. It means you acknowledge the heartbreak, but refuse to let it define you. The truth is, heartbreak is inevitable. You cannot control who leaves or who stays, but you can control how you respond. Building emotional resilience requires practice. daily practice. Here's how to start. Accept reality. Don't fight it, the Stoics teach us to accept what we cannot change. She left. That's a fact. Resisting it only wastes your energy. Label your emotions. When you feel sadness, anger, or anxiety, name it. Say to yourself, this is anger or this is disappointment. Naming emotions reduces their power over you. Pause before reacting. When you get triggered, pause. Take deep breaths. Ask yourself, is this reaction serving me or hurting me? Redirect your energy. Channel that emotional energy into something productive, a workout, creative work, learning a skill. Each day, you'll find your emotional storms get calmer, your mind clearer, and your control stronger. And with that resilience, indifference becomes effortless. 11. Mindset. Shifts that change the game. Changing your mindset is not just about thinking differently. It's about rewiring your brain to see value, self-worth, and power from within. Here are the key mindset shifts you need to make from neediness to self-sufficiency. Stop thinking I need her to be happy. Start thinking I am complete on my own. From reaction to response, don't react impulsively to her actions or words. Choose how you respond deliberately. From external validation to internal validation, your worth doesn't depend on her. Attention, it comes from your values, your goals, your self-respect. From scarcity to abundance. There are millions of women in the world. Your time and attention are valuable. Don't waste them on someone who doesn't respect you. These shifts are powerful because they change how you feel and how you act. When you feel strong inside, your actions naturally reflect that strength. 12. Daily habits to reinforce your new power. It's easy to feel strong when you're motivated, but true power is built in the daily grind. When you do what's hard, even when you don't want to, here are daily habits to reinforce your mindset. Morning routine. Start with meditation, journaling, or reading something inspiring. Set your intention for the day. Physical exercise. Your body is your foundation. Push yourself physically to build confidence and discipline. Skill building. Dedicate time every day to learning or improving a skill. Growth builds self-esteem. Digital detox. Limit time spent on social media, especially checking her profiles. Protect your mental space. Reflective journaling. Each night, write down what you did well and what you'll improve. Track your emotional triggers and how you handled them. These habits cement your new identity as a man who is emotionally independent and self-respecting. 13. The invisible shift. How she notices your change, this transformation, isn't always obvious. At first, especially to her. But she will notice at first she might be confused. Why isn't he chasing anymore? Why doesn't he react to my posts or messages? This confusion will lead to doubt. She'll question her assumptions about you. Is he really over me? Does he not care? That doubt is your weapon, because when she thinks you're indifferent, when she can't predict your moves, attraction spikes. Try to get your attention in new ways. She'll test your boundaries, and if you hold firm, she'll start to respect you more than ever before. Point 14. Avoid these common pitfalls. Then, with the best mindset, out. Men fall into traps that undo their progress. Watch out for breaking silence too soon. Responding to her messages too quickly or too often resets the power balance. Over-analyzing her behavior. Obsessing over every word or like keeps you emotionally hooked. Seeking closure. Trying to get answers from her often leads to more pain and confusion. Neglecting self-care. Ignoring your own physical or mental health weakens your foundation. Remember, the goal isn't to punish her or play games. The goal is to reclaim your power and self-respect. 15. Real-life example. The silent transformation. Let me share a quick story. A man I worked with was devastated after his breakup. He called, texted, and begged for answers. He was lost. Desperate, I challenged him to stop, to detach, to focus on himself at first. It was torture. She ignored him, moved on, but he stuck to the plan. No contact, no reaction, daily self-improvement. 6 months later, he was unrecognizable, confident, magnetic. She reached out, curious, regretful, and confused. But he didn't chase. He was a different man, and the power had shifted.